This is one of the four-wheel steering rear lower control arm inner bolts. Has the cams on it for adjusting camber. These commonly get seized into the arm, the bushing sleeves, and you have to cut them to get the whole arm out. And they've been discontinued for years now. So I found a solution using another car's bolt to replace these fairly cheaply. This is an adjuster bolt from a 2010 to 2018 Toyota RAV4. Now what makes these interesting, the way they're designed, is this cam isn't actually permanently part of the bolt, it's pressed on. Now the stock bolt, it's all like one piece, but this one we can pop this off and install new cams. So to get this cam off, all you gotta do is clamp the bolt in something like a vise with soft jaws. Give it a little bit of space. And you'll just take a 22mm socket and hammer that cam off. Just like that. Alright, you see how it's just pressed on there? Now, at this point you have two options. A basic cheap way and a fancy slightly more expensive way. I'll show you the basic way real quick. It's pretty simple. Just going to take the cams you took off the bolt, take one of your old cams, you set it on there, line it up, and trace it out onto the new cam. And then once you have it traced out, you're just going to take it to a bandsaw and cut the profile, and then use a grinder or something to smooth it out, and then you can reinstall it and that'll work fine. So the fancy way to do it is to use these cams I've designed. I've had these cut out of stainless steel, and to install them, all you're going to do is you can put this one on first and put this one on, and just make sure that with this one on, it can't go anywhere. So the thick side is right there. You just can make sure this is the same. It's not like 180 out. And this cutout in here is just so you can line it up perfectly with the flats on the bolt, like that. Obviously, you don't want it like that. Yep, it'll be just like that. And then all you gotta do is tap this onto those splines. So I just got it pushed on slightly right now. All I gotta do is open this up enough for the bolt to drop in. You don't want it clamping on the bolt. And just tap that to get it hooked on. Just like that. And then that just goes on like it was before. And there's your new four-wheel steering cam bolt. So these bolts I bought on Amazon, they were the Uxcel brand. And I saw there's a bunch of other brands that are basically the same. They look exactly the same. So these cams should work on those as well. But just to confirm, I've actually bought some genuine Toyota bolts. I'm going to try the same thing and make sure it fits on the genuine bolts. Well, hammering it on definitely doesn't work because the splines on the genuine bolts slightly bigger. You can see starting to bend it, just trying to hammer it on. What I'm going to try on these bolts is taking some tube like that and putting this in my press and see if I can press it on. Alright, I found some tube that fits pretty snug. Let's see if it works. Well, I did manage to get it down. It took a lot of force, and I think, well, I know it kind of stretched it very slightly like that because it's too tight in the subframe right now. Unlike this one, which works perfect. So I'd say if you want to use genuine Toyota bolts, you're gonna have to take it and just grind it out slightly with the die grinder. But honestly, the quality between the Amazon one and the Toyota one, it's pretty much the same. I would just get the ones off Amazon. That way, this will go right on. It'll all be real easy. There it is installed. You see it works. Now this is 22 millimeters and the nut's 21 millimeters. 2 more brands just arrived for these bolts, so I'm going to test the washers on these real quick. Both from Amazon. This one's Ziplid. This one's Torques. There's I can see the head design. It's a little bit different, so they must be from different manufacturers. Alright, these have the same problem as the Toyota bolt, where these splines are bigger than the XL brand that I used. And there's actually another problem I just realized with these ones. If you see, that's the center point, right? Well, they have the bolt kind of offset in a completely different way. So this little piece with that, that cutout isn't really going to work. Even if you open this up, you can still do it. It's just going to look weird because this other washer here, if you line that up with it, it's going to be kind of just trying to do this one-handed. Just going to be off basically, right? And they're both like that. So I would say if you are going to have these cut yourself, just buy those XL brand bolts from Amazon and use them on those. Those work perfectly. Second choice is the Toyota bolts, because that cutout does line up with the head correctly. It's just you need to open up that hole, or just modify the DXF file to have a little bit bigger hole. But if you're not going to use these would be fine. You could use these, by just placing a OE cam washer on there, tracing it out, and cutting it. These would work as well. Alright, you're going to download the DXF files from the description. Create an account with SendCutSend. Then you're going to upload the files. Now when they upload, they may be an inch like this. You got to change them to metric. It's very important. And you're just going to add them to the cart. It's going to ask you the material. Go to stainless steel, 304, and 0.125 or 3.2 millimeter for the thickness. Now to do 2 bolts, you need, 2 of each. So here's where it gets kind of a little complex. You can see you can do 1 set for this total, but they also have free shipping, so it's kind of weird. But if you did 6 sets, you get the free shipping. It's only a few dollars more. You could maybe give the other ones away or sell them or whatever. But anyways, that's how you order. And that's the specs you need. So you're just going to continue through, order it, have it shipped to you. And these are the XL bolts I ordered. I'll have a link to these as well in the description.